Hello there. It's like the middle of the night for me. I woke up when it was like around 3 a.m. That's when I looked at the clock. And I got reminded of Courtney when she gets woken up by Sarah. And my physical self wants to go back to bed, wants to go back to sleep. And definitely took me a little bit. I've already did like 5 minutes of sitting and breathing and yawning and toning, just struggling to tune into this energy and staying there. I feel like I'm in need of alchemizing some energies, some vibrations. I can feel it in my core and my belly. So apparently I'm doing it on video, sharing it with you, and my cat may come over at some point. So I hope that doesn't bother you guys. So with that, I'm just gonna start breathing and grounding. Really feeling the energy in my legs and the bottom of my feet and in my base chakra. Really having that grounding mountain energy that I like to use personally. Whatever works for you. And as you breathe, make any noise or any movement that you wish to have. Keep hearing, call it my channeled self saying resistance is futile. As I'm feeling myself resisting, bringing through a message this morning. I don't know, guys, it's such a big shift. It's such a big, not a change in personality, but more like a stepping into such a paradigm shift for myself, and that feels really uncomfortable in many ways to my human self. And I think I just needed to share that because some of you were like saying, comparing yourself to others on these calls, on these comments, and I think part of it is that we all struggle with this journey. We all have imperfections, or not imperfections, but unique flavors. And sometimes it can be challenging to allow those flavors to come through, to be expressed themselves. we're thinking about the picture, what it looks like, what we look like. It was so funny. On the call last night, Courtney actually had like her hair done and was wearing makeup, and I was like, who is this person? I think it's Courtney, but it doesn't look like Courtney. And it was just another reminder for myself about, it doesn't matter what we look like. It matters how we show up. And sometimes in the middle of the night that can feel a little hard, at least for me, because my human self, wants to be distracted, wants to watch something that feels good, at least to my human, that feels comfortable, that feels familiar. And this does not. This is uncomfortable. This is sometimes even physically painful if things are shifting and my body's shifting and adjusting, and it just feels like work. And the reason it feels work is because I'm fighting within myself. I can tell I'm so like putting pressure and tension on me and like trying to hold back the words, and that is making my jaw ache and my neck hurt, and I don't even know what I'm so afraid of. Well, I do know. I've definitely been shut down a lot in the past about, my opinion around things, and what I like to do. I mean, I spent my afternoon yesterday picking apples and digging up potatoes and just loving every second of it. And thinking about all these people playing these farming games on their computer, and I'm like, hey, I get to live the real life action. But at some point my body's like, we have enough, we want some food, we want to go home, we want to go to sleep. And I think that's why I feel extra tired now too. It's because I just did a lot of stuff yesterday. Oh my. I just want to go back to sleep. Sometimes when I feel like this much struggle, I'll just start going to making noise, start toning, start humming, and I find that helps to release some of the stagnation, some of the stuck energy. I really feel like a big ball right around my core and my second and third chakra, and it's just like making me feel like I want to throw up. And I know it's energy, stagnation needing to come out, and I'm just fighting, holding it. So, there we go. There's some of it. So like always, we breathe, we ground. And little by little by little, even if we're fighting every step of the way, it's fine apparently. Bringing some humor to the situation. Speaking of humor, This is my onesie that I modified for a show. It has ears that I added. So, not a unicorn onesie yet. Maybe I'll add a horn, I don't know. It's supposed to be a wild thing onesie. And I made it to wear inside out because it's all fuzzy on the inside. So that's why the ears are actually on the inside of the hood. But they're so fun. Apparently this is just a ridiculous video, ridiculous channeling this morning about, just being imperfectly perfect. And maybe that is the message. That probably is the message. Just showing up, being silly is probably what I am meant to be and do. And I have been fighting this so much. I have a couple videos of me just dancing outside, being silly, and they don't have sound to it, so I haven't posted them. And I've been just resisting or making it seem like it's too difficult to record a piece of music to add to the video. And it's just my fear holding me back. I don't know why that is, because I love being the silly, I love being the the funky. Even have a little sock puppet called George. He sings off key. I think that's why my partner told me that he hated George. He doesn't like that he sings off key. He's also very sensitive to noises and stuff, so maybe that's why, but yeah. Maybe we'll bring George on. He's not here, he's at my other place, so not tonight. We got funky ears tonight. As we're in the space, continue to breathe. Yawning is a really good sign. It means your nervous system is calming down. When the energy feels stuck in my tummy and I can't seem to burp it out, I might just start singing this silly song for me to go up and down, up and down, up and down. For when the energy feels stuck and I can't seem to get it out, I might just sing this silly song and do a little dance. For then it has to move as I breathe, as I dance. It just goes jiggle and a wiggle, and hopefully it comes out. If nothing else, we change the mood. We stop trying so hard. what just came to me was to not force it out, but to bring gratitude and love to it first. Thank the energy for what it has done for me in the past and is trying to do for me now. Let it know that we are safe, we are protected, and it is okay for it to release and to move back into the ether. I almost see it like this giant resource library around me where we can pick up different frequency, different vibrations, and like insert them into these slots all around and in ourselves. And then as we are upgrading or shifting, we can take out a frequency out of a slot, return it to the library, and allow that to be filled in with something that is more in alignment with our current vibration, with our current frequency. And of course, you can always feel like that old frequency doesn't feel like it's finished with its job. And that's where the gratitude, the conversation with it, really comes in handy. Because as we have that conversation, we're actually like proving to that frequency, not that we need to prove, but it's sometimes I feel like it helps, is that we can show that frequency that we are okay, and that it can release, go back to the field, to the resource center, and then be filled with a frequency that's more in alignment with our current state. Oh, okay, that feels better. I can feel how that block has released. Now the energy is now vibrating throughout my entire body. As things have shifted. So my human self's like, okay, good, we can go back to sleep now. I'm like, okay, let's just integrate and settle this first. Really allow that shifting vibrancy to settle in. Anything else that wants to shift, settle out and release and be replaced with the crystalline frequencies. We breathe. We allow the energy to flow through us from our grounding space on Gaia, on Earth, and through our cosmic space, through our crown, shaking out anything in between that we may still be stuck, needing to release in any form of our bodies. You can really really feel into the different spaces, into the different forms of embodiment of yourself. I don't remember all the words for them, but your physical self, oof, your energetic body, your human mind, that's why I feel a lot of stuckness within myself, within my human mind, which makes sense. It's partially where the ego is housed. When you find something, breathe, bring love, kindness to it, gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hug yourself if that feels in alignment. Just give yourself some of that love that I know we all embody, because we are love in the physical form. It's okay to feel impatient. This is part of being present with ourselves. Apparently we're starting a new year. I'm sorry, this is so messy. And I'm not supposed to apologize. I'm just going to be messy. It is messy sometimes. It is just messy. Thank you for those who are still here. For those who aren't, thank you as well. To choose what is in alignment with you. Because that is what it is all about. Is having the space to find alignment within yourself and allowing that to come through. No, Sarah's really feeling the internal struggle with this right now. It's just so much fear of being seen as who she is how she desires to show up. Put so much pressure of wanting it to be perfect. And that pressure is getting in the way of it being perfectly in alignment with who we are. It's been 26 minutes plus the 5+ minutes beforehand. You guys don't have to hang out here unless this resonates and this helps you move some of your own stuck energy, which it may help. Sometimes it helps to be with somebody else as you feel like you're struggling yourself as well. I'm gonna have some water, put some lemon juice in this. Help my body stay hydrated, help things to move. If you need to, hug yourself. Stroke your body in any way, or place your hands on your body in any way that feels comfortable. Remember to breathe and relax. Holding tension makes us feel harder, more in pain. Because the tension is what then keeps your body from being able to vibrate. One of the reasons I think Zero talks about being in that peaceful zero state, because then you're relaxed and your body is able to vibrate and move with the energies and not fight against. Almost like a rock in the current or in the surf, where the water moves and hits that hard spot, hits that rock. It creates that explosion of foam. Instead of smoothly going up the beach. So if you go over your body with your hands, even you can use your feet, your elbows. As you find a spot, just stroke over it, around it, away from it. Just anything to help release those spots in the fascia, in the tension, and it will most likely feel painful in those areas that are physically tight and stuck. This is why it can help to work around it, stroke through the aura first to help move anything, emotions attached to that point, and then kind of like sometimes I even visualize like scraping it out, almost like there's a divot filled with stuff, and then you're scraping it out of your body, like popping a pimple. Just make sure you go to the full depth, all the way down to the bone in the end, to make sure everything is out and released. And you don't have to release everything at once, even if it's just partially released. That will be beneficial as well and help your body to come into alignment with your new energetic frequency, with your vibration. And as always, do what feels good to you. And if there's extra sharp pain, always seek medical advice as you need to. It's not a diagnosis. This is for educational purposes. We have to say that. For your human self. But as you find spots, just work around them, work through them. Shake things out if you need to. You can even use something else. You can use a ball or a stick, or even like a big pen with a rounded point. Something that's smooth to work at these areas, and that will help to release. As a visual for some of you, so if this spot here is sore, I can stroke through the aura at different levels. I kind of use a scooping motion, but use what feels good for you. Kind of use, pulling it out. And then I can physically do both stroking away from that point to help release some of the muscles around it. It helps to relax the area itself. You can feel like you're spiraling either direction around that point. And then I sometimes go to a scooping motion. I'm just kind of like scooping the tension out. And then as you're working it, you can go deeper and deeper. Your hands, when you allow them, they will really know what to do. This is how I practiced doing massage for the longest times. I felt like my hands were separate from myself. And I would always say my hands know what the person or myself needs. And as you release things physically, remember if there's any emotions coming up, to allow them to fully express themselves. Sometimes if you need to cry, allow yourself to cry. It can be really deep grief that can come up. But allowing those emotions to fully express themselves is what releases them, what allows them to not get stuck in another body part. Because this is what often happens, is you feel emotion, and for whatever reason you don't feel like you can fully express it at that moment. And then your body clenches to hold yourself out of that emotional space. And then you're trapping some of the neurotransmitter in that tension. And as you release it, those neurotransmitters get released, and it's almost a signal to finish that emotional cycle. I have gotten much better at releasing emotions evolved around pain and tears. I still struggle with emotions around anger and frustration. Because I feel like I want to punch something. And mostly for me that comes up. I have a body worker who does massage and Reiki that helps me release some of these things that are deeper set. And I'm like, I can't just start swinging on the table. But I think this is where, what Sarah's helping us with the alchemy techniques of breathing, bringing that thankfulness to that emotion and that love, and that's going to help release that. And then as you're feeling it, I just felt like the image of like shaking it out. You don't have to physically do that physical emotion. You can do other physical motions to help move it out. It's mostly the adrenaline that wants to come out, and adrenaline wants you to move. And through that movement, it gets used up and released. Which is why dance is so powerful, to help release some of the stuff. If you guys haven't heard about ecstatic dances, they can be a great way to release some of these. We're actually hosting one in our area at the end of November. And maybe we'll share the music with you guys so you can join in if you feel like it. At least Ash was like, oh, why am I sharing this here? Most of you aren't even, in the same physical location as I'm at. And it's like, oh, okay, apparently we're figuring out how to share this with you guys. So you can join in if you feel like the need. This will be another stretch for me, putting together music for it and really feeling into the music and having the right energy behind it. Doesn't matter what the music itself is. It's the frequency of the music that matters. This is why I feel like I'm struggling listening to things now, is that I feel like the frequency isn't in alignment anymore. Which is why I was really happy to hear some of you guys sharing your guys' music that you're creating, because it feels much more in alignment with my current self. So I'm really grateful for that. And it's also a nice reflection and encouragement for myself to continue to do and share and give my gifts to you guys, even if they're really messy and long in the middle of the night. My soul feels really happy that I'm still here, still present, still being whatever this is. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Move as you need to. Remember your grounding and your energy flow. For myself, I'm just gonna really go into meditative, energetic flow state, because this does not feel comfortable at all. So grounding into my mountain root space, allowing the energy to flow from my roots, from my body, and from my crown into my cosmic root space. And allowing that energy to flow up and down. And I'm using my root visualization, the tendrils just coming and flowing from top and bottom, going past each other and flowing into the top and bottom root space. Breaking up anything as the individual strands vibrate. Make a noise if you need to, move if you need to help making that space, allowing the energies to come through, to vibrate at your frequency that feels good for you. Remember to breathe into the entirety of your body. I sometimes think or feel as my breath tingles through me all the way to my tips of my toes and the tips of my fingers, and then kind of releasing, coming out. Carrying love and gratitude to all my cells and all parts of myself, to all extremities, and then returning with everything and anything as being released that is no longer of service to our existence, and releasing it with our breath. And as you relax, you may feel points of tension. Feel free to do what feels good, to rub, to touch, to sing to it, to dance, to move, to breathe into the areas, bring extra light energy. Sometimes you can imagine a ball of light and pulsing as it increases in energy and bringing your intention into that light of body alignment, and then having that light pulse in that area of your body. You can either just feel like, as I'm feeling now, as I'm holding this light sphere in front of me, I can feel it already working on my pelvis area. Or you can take that sphere of energy and press it into your body in the area that you feel needs a little extra attention. And for those who say they don't feel anything, a way to start feeling energy with your physical self is actually start by activating your hands. You can do that by just clapping and then rubbing. And as you speed up, you can feel the heat building, and then pull it apart and then feel that tingling. And that is helping to sensitize your hands to the energy. And then you can start playing with that tingling feeling and feel like taffy pulling your hands apart. It's both still stuck. And then as you get better, you can make a ball bigger and bigger. Tai Chi, Qigong, a lot of the internal martial arts, this is what they're cultivating. And if you feel drawn to some of those practices, feel free to use that structure, but always remember that those structures are other people's embodiment practices, and make them your own. Make them in alignment with yourself. It can be helpful to be more patient with yourself, especially for Sarah. Sarah feels like everything needs to happen right now, really fast. So that has been really helpful to slow down for her. But the movements weren't in alignment with her. Sarah needs to do more waveform movements. Thank you for being here for yourself. Thank you for giving your body the time and the space for it to adjust and align and to metamorphosize from the physical 3D into the crystalline 5D. My human mind doesn't know really what that means. There's no proof, as Courtney and Sarah always say. That I feel like that's not true. There's no proof on the outside, but I can feel it. I can feel my body shifting. And they may not be scientific or human mind proof of the changes within myself, but I can feel the physical changes happening within myself. And part of why we call it crystalline alignment is because as you are tuning into, we almost said purify, and that is such a heavy word because it's not purification in a sense of the other being wrong, more of cleaning the windows when you are trying to dim yourself down. I see like a crystal structure, and then we muddied it up because it was too bright for others to look at, and we felt like we were too much, or we weren't able to fit in with our brightness. And now as we're blossoming into ourselves, our authenticity, and allowing ourselves to be who we are already. We're not really changing from who we are. We're uncovering who we are. We are allowing ourselves to be seen who we are. It's like that unfolding messy banana being peeled around this crystal. It's like shoop. And then as we're peeling off the layers of the masking, of the hiding, of the making ourselves into different shapes so that we fit in better with our people, with our surroundings. But I feel like that is opening up slowly or fast depending on your personal journey. Some of you are just shooting up and here I am, and others are just like poking their heads out a little bit. You sure? Are you sure? Is it okay? And everything is perfect. There is no rush. And this is also for Sarah right now, very deeply. There is no rush. And if it's messy, if it takes time, it's messy and takes time. It's all perfectly in alignment. And we're just happy that you are being here for yourself. We're happy to be part of this movement. We're happy to be part of this community. And it's so fun having that reflection of our inner metamorphosis in the exterior world. As we're paradoxically creating our universe as the creator and the creation at the same time. And as all of you are as well. So thank you for the mirroring. Thank you for being here, for whoever still be here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or evening. Love y'all. Bye.